Hey, what's up YouTube? This is summerslam91 here today, and I'm going to be doing a DD review of SummerSlam 2006, which was requested by silvervisonfan91. Now, the big thing about this pay-per-view was the Hulk Hogan and Shawn Michaels match. This was the first time ever meeting between these guys, and it would be the first time ever they would compete, and the only time. Overall, many people didn't like this match. I thought it was a pretty fun match. It was too comical because, like, Shawn Michaels just kind of was a bit stupid at times, and I think Hogan, I probably would have thought Shawn would have probably deserved to win more than Hogan, but to be honest, because it's a one-off, match from Hogan, you can kind of expect what the result would have been. Here's the back, here's all of our matches, and here is the main three matches. WWE title match, John Cena, Chris Jericho, World Heavyweight title match, Batista and JBL, and once again Hogan and Michaels. Just going to open this up, keep it right there. Here's our disc, and here's our little leaflet in the event. Okay, kicking off the show was a United States Championship match between Chris Benoit and Orlando Jordan. This matchup basically lasted about 30 seconds. Orlando Benoit into the corner, gave Benoit quite a shot in the face, and then Benoit hit a German suplex, locked in the crossface, and Jordan would tap out, and Benoit would win the US title. Not really the best way to open up the show, but we got a new champion, so NA, but new champion. Eddie Guerrero backstage with with his wife Vicky. Vicky is pretty much telling Eddie, this was during the time when she was a face, just before, well, a year later she fell into a hill, just say about why you compete in the match, you only just want to beat Mysterio, but, he was trying to convince her it's all about Dominic. Matt Hardy versus Edge. Disappointing. One thing to say about the match, they had a very good street fight on Raw a couple of weeks later. This matchup was just basically stopped because of blood. Sure, a couple of good spots, but they should just made it no DQ because we knew it wasn't going to be a wrestling match. We just knew it was going to be a fight, like JR said. So what was the point of making it a normal match? So my score is 1.5 stars because at least they actually had a match, but nothing special except for the spear through the ropes. That's pretty cool. Ladder match for the custody of Dominic, Rey Mysterio versus the late great Eddie Guerrero. Rest in peace, of course, to Eddie. Fantastic ladder match right here. Probably, in my opinion, one of the most underrated ones as well. Rey Mysterio's first ever ladder match. He definitely made himself useful in the match. High flying style, some great moves. There were a couple of sick falls in the match at one time when Eddie was going to try and go for a sunset flip plus powerbomb in the match, and then both ladders collapse, and Rey would really land. His leg would kind of land on the ladder. It was really sick, and the crowd, of course, went holy shit throughout a good part of that match. And in the end, one point in the match, Dominic would get involved and try and push Eddie off the ladder, but Eddie would come down, try and slap Dominic, and then Rey would quickly save him, and then beat the hell out of Eddie. Then Eddie was about to win. Rey was pretty much helpless, then Vicky came in, pushed the ladder down, and then Vicky was grabbing hold of Eddie, and Rey was climbing up the ladder. I think this was a good way to see if Eddie would even hit his own wife, even to just beat Rey Mysterio. So in the end, that was kind of like where Eddie would actually kind of do the good thing in the end, and not like hit his wife. Match up overall, 4 stars in the core. This was a fantastic ladder match right here. Great stuff. Awesome. Todd Grisham interviews Chris Jericho. I love Jericho's interviews. He's probably one of my most favourite guys on the mic, and his interviews are so great, This was a good interview, and just saying he was going to win tonight, and all that. No time limit. Angle vows to get his gold medal back. Eugene versus Kurt Angle. This was funny because Eugene hit the rock bottom and the Stone Cold Stunner, and he had the Angle locked in. In the end, Kurt Angle would make Eugene tap out, and he would win his gold medal back. I'll give this 2 stars. Kurt Angle kind of deserves a lot better at SummerSlam than this, especially since he had been facing off against Shawn Michaels at the last pay-per-view. But overall, this matchup was a very fun one, though, and it gets a score from me of 2 stars. It was fun, it was a very fun match because it was comedy in it, but not good enough for SummerSlam. But for Raw, it's been good. Divas Car Wash. Pretty much, the Divas weren't actually at SummerSlam that year. They were just in the car wash in their bikinis. Pretty funny that was. Nice sight as well of Maria. I enjoyed that, and Candice. And then Vince was in the limo, and it said Vince for president, and they old American national anthem playing, so that was quite funny. Then we had Undertaker versus Randy Orton in a rematch from their WrestleMania 21 match. Many people prefer this to their Mania match. I for one didn't, because I thought it was good. It was more faster paced than their Mania match, because they kind of Mania just throwing fists at each other for a good bit of it. In this one, they kind of made it different. Orton, of course, was more better, but Undertaker in the end would start dominating most of the match, and then a fan would get involved, with like a fan, but like an old man. Of course, you could tell it was a fan like Undertaker would not to hit the guy, and then Orton would sneak up once security guards got him out, hit an awesome RKO, get the victory. Then Orton would come out the ring to the old man, and then you could see that it was Power of Orton in disguise. Then Undertaker would go after them, and that was the last you would see of them that night. Overall matchup, 3.5 stars. It was very good. WWE Championship match, John Cena versus Chris Jericho, another very fun match. These two superstars, probably in my mind, one of Cena's biggest victories at the time. Being a great champion like Chris Jericho, you know, a great back and forth action. The crowd were electric towards the end. Like half of them were going, let's go Cena, let's go Jericho. Awesome stuff. Jericho's kind of getting up the upper hand more than Cena. Then Jericho quickly looked like he got a cover. Ref actually did nearly put his hand down, and he would do 1, 2, and then of course the crowd thought he actually counted 3, and you could hear the crowd. Well, some people in on the front row starting chanting that was 3. It did look like 3, but I actually didn't see the ref's hand go down. But it might have been a bit of a mistake. But it was very good. And then Cena capitalised after Jericho thought he was champion and hit the FU. You know, a bit of a typical Cena finish. You know, when the guy's distracting after he gets a beat down, he hits one big move and then he wins. But I like John Cena, but Chris Jericho's cool as well. I'll give it probably. Many people will say I'm overrating it by giving it 3 3/4, but I actually really did enjoy it. So 3.5 or 3 3/4. You know, it's quite hard to decide. World Heavyweight Championship match: Batista versus JBL, no holds barred. Not fantastic because they made it way too short, but they made it the no holds barred style. You know, they were in the crowd. Batista speared JBL through a security wall, and we saw steel steps. Batista would hit a Batista bomb and then won on the steel steps to win. I'll give it 3 stars and a quarter, just a little bit too short though, which kind of let it down, but it still was a very fun match. Then we had the first ever Legend versus Icon, Hulk Hogan versus Shawn Michaels. You know, it was a fantastic match, just a little bit too comical. In my opinion, one of Hogan's best matches ever, but not one of Shawn's, definitely not one of Shawn's best matches. A lot of blood, you know, Hogan was busted open. Shawn was the bad guy in the match, which you could kind of tell would happen. I just found it a little bit too comical though, but I didn't think it was a bad match like many people said. But I'll give it 4 stars and a quarter. It was very fun, the crowd were electric, and you know, Hogan was brilliant in the match. Extras include Shawn Michaels on Larry Leon parody, that's pretty good extra, and John Cena of Right Now music video, nothing special, and the next night on Raw was when Jericho got fired. That would be when he was out of WWE for about like 3 years nearly. Alright, so silvervisonfan91, keep getting a piece of your old name, sorry, silvervisonfan91. My favourite match on here is the ladder match between Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio for the custody of Dominant. That match was fantastic. Least favourite was, I'm not going to count the US title because I don't really think about the match. I think probably Matt Hardy and Edge was the worst match. Bit of a letdown, I think. But overall, Pacey gets a score from me of 8 out of 10. Definitely, in my opinion, along with SummerSlam 2008, my 2 favourite SummerSlams in my collection. Alright, so this is Naughty Jack 971 here, and I'm